What's going on, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And it's Fred Lenart, subprime hero.
And we are brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast live in lovely Lexington. And this is the final interview of the day on day 2 at the incredible Kain workshop that's happening right now. If you notice, we turned up the volume just a little bit because they are out of the last session of the day.
It is it. And this is getting ready to wrap up. We're getting ready to go hit the races and go to the castle. But before we do that, we have somebody special. We have the one, the only Joe Dallas. That's right. Let's go, brother. Welcome to the party. Glad to have you on there. No, it's good, man. I'm glad that we had time to get you in here and talk a little bit, man, because we love what's going on over at Trade Pending, and let's talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But before we do, we are at the Kain Workshop in 2023. We're in Lexington, Kentucky at the Marriott City Center. Brother, have you ever been to one of these events before?
I have. Actually, this is my 5th year in a row.
My man, and I had a feeling that was the case.
Yeah.
That being said, what makes you keep coming back to this event?
Well, I think David Kain's one of the greatest humans on the planet.
Amen.
And
I second that.
And great humans tend to draw in other great humans like yourself.
Amen.
And I think it's just a good few days to spend time with friends and family and just enjoy company and learn a few things.
Absolutely. Heck yeah. What's going on, Dakota? That's our Outer Banks friend over there on Roanoke Island making things happen. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. But Joe, so real quick, because we got to keep this moving because there's still more stuff that's cracking. But brother, you brought some heat from the stage earlier. Actually, you kicked off this event. You were the first to speak.
That's who he was.
Quite an honor. Quite an honor.
That is a big honor.
You
should definitely feel that way.
Because
that's amazing.
David doesn't by accident put people on that stage, by accident give people the microphone, nor by accident take the microphone back. With that, what is it that you're feeling out of this event? You've seen 5. You've seen 5 of them. You've gotten to hear. What is it about this one that is not just so much different, but what is the vibe that you're feeling going forward from this one?
So a couple of things, I kind of touched on, kind of the CTA wars and kind of correlated it back to like other wars in history. And I think dealers are maybe got a little lulled to sleep during the pandemic, and now they got to tighten up a little bit again.
There you go. Facts.
And then also I think just controlling the data means you control your customers, you control that interaction. And I think just that we got to start focusing back on consumer experience on the website, because frankly, we could kind of do whatever we wanted to for a couple of years there.
Yeah, it was basically Wild Wild West because we could, and that, you're right. People need to get back to their fundamentals. They need to get back to what was working and what is working and what is gonna work, because things are changing, right? Totally. Things are coming up. There's new things out there. There's technology. There's AI. So every day we're looking at something new, cooler acronyms to go around CDP and all these cool things, right? But at the end of the day, it is about getting to your fundamentals. It is about working to the way we used to work, not having people come to us and that's just the only way it is, right? So it's time to really get back to work, and I love that.
Yep. Totally.
So what's going on?
Yeah, this event is brewing so much, but you all are doing some big stuff. You're opening up some big doors. What's some of the most exciting stuff happening with Trade Pending right now?
Yeah, so we're always trying to make our products better, trying to come up with new things to address some of the issues we have in the industry today. So we've got a couple of new products that are going into beta right now.
Right.
We've had a persistent message from the market, like, hey, we need a guaranteed offer, right? Like that's just the kind of something that we haven't done historically. We just kind of launched our first offer guarantee as Trade Pending. So we're coming to the market with some cool stuff. We're also expanding our API business. So today we have about 50 partners, some of which are in this room right now.
How cool.
That are utilizing our data and their tool sets.
That's awesome.
Trying to make everybody else better with our data as well.
That's incredible.
That's really incredible.
We did our first acquisition last year about this time. Auto APR is a great first kind of single acquisition for us. Learned a lot from what you can do by buying another good company with good people. So we've more than doubled that business in a year, and we're looking to make some more acquisitions here in the next year.
Love it.
That is cool. And I love that you talked about that, because it is, it's when you can find other companies that you guys can either buy and then make part of yours or team up with. That is the future, finding different things that can make what you have going on even better. So that's awesome that you guys did that.
Absolutely.
And so speaking of acquisition, though, we're talking about more on the acquiring cars side. What have you seen dealers' reaction being on how the public is actually willing to take checks for their cars and not really go through the haggle of trying to sell it on their own? What have you seen that evolution been like over the past couple of years with dealers?
I think consumers are getting generally more educated
Mhm.
that they can just go into a dealership and sell their car.
Right, get my check now.
Exactly, and then I can take that money and go wherever I want.
Mhm.
Right.
That's right.
That's a huge opportunity for a dealer, obviously, and I think that that creates just another relationship point for dealers to create a touch point with their consumer, hopefully some lifetime value, and just prove that they're in business to be in business. Like
Mhm.
the more transparent you can be about why vehicles are priced the way they are.
Right.
We're all market data based. So
I love that.
As the market changes, we change. So when you look at a trade pending value, we're just displaying facts, right? This is just what the market does. We've helped our dealers kind of navigate some really sensitive few years with valuations going way up and then way down, and then now they're kind of going back up and a little stagnant. So it helps.
Fun.
It's about right.
Crazy
What a crazy
marketplace.
world this has been.
Yes.
So we, the great thing about us, we're totally agnostic, and it allows the dealers just to say like, hey, I'm not saying that this is a good number. It's just what the market's telling us.
I agree with
This is
that.
just the data we got.
Yeah.
This is what you get.
Totally.
And but loving that conversation from the standpoint of dealer to consumer. So it's the other offer. So long we've been so much about come buy, come buy, come buy, come buy. We haven't turned it to say we want to buy too, and we want to buy from you. And love seeing that fusion happen inside of the, like you said, making sure that we have another way to help our customer out, another point to connect to them. What is it that you guys are seeing as being maybe one of the hiccups to being able to get something like this implemented inside of a store where it's being utilized and it's being put to the forefront? What are some of the things that dealers have run into that have been the hiccups, and the ways that you guys have kind of overcame some of that?
Well,
That's a great question.
yeah, in the beginning it was really easy because we were just like lead generation, right? We came to the market and immediately it was like whatever trade tool you had, we were going to do 300% more.
Right.
That was really easy. So the dealer's just like, I get 300% more at bats than I was. That's all we need from you.
Right.
As we've developed our products more, though, getting into dealer processes, getting in on the showroom floor, being utilized by salespeople. We have a great little merchandising product called Badges, which basically uses our market data and points out what's most unique about that vehicle, including things like scarcity and demand. And like this particular car is only on the market for typically 6 days.
Right, that's a big deal. Yeah,
and it's got lower mileage than anything within 300 miles. Like we're trying to build value in inventory and get that being utilized at the dealer instead of just getting beat up on price. Right, build value in the inventory.
Yeah.
To me, that's what the whole term market value comes from. Understanding those type of statistics, knowing how many are in the market, how many are out there. What we have the lowest mileage, so value is different for those. I think that's a big deal when you're looking to purchase cars, when you're taking in trades or whatever. You can say, hey, well, hold on a second. This is what these numbers say, but I know I'm going to sell it quick. I know this is going to have a quick turn. I'm not going to have to let it sit on my floor plan for too long or whatever it is. I know this is going to bring in a ton of people that it could give me opportunities for other vehicles. So sometimes you can spend a little bit more or make a deal happen because of that. But knowing that data is huge. That is a big part of it all. But in the meanwhile, selfie time.
Take it.
All right. So, but yeah, no, but seriously, it is. It's a big deal.
But Joe, there is so much that is brewing inside of the industry, and what we want to do is make sure that we keep using our technologies, as complicated and as amazing as they are, and still simplify everything that we're doing. We still want to utilize the technology to simplify what we're doing, and like you said, it does take those that are in the dealership to be familiar with what they have and present it at the right time, using it inside of their process. If it's not plugged in to their process, then it's not ever going to get utilized. And being able to make sure that you do create the steps for managers, for sales pros, for the customer to hit all of the stations, including getting a good number on their trade. That's making sure that we're one, servicing the community, okay, keeping that connection and conversation moving forward, but also making sure that we do keep our people, because I don't want to just be the dealer that everybody knows where to buy. I also want to be the dealer that everybody knows I'm gonna cut them a check. I'm not gonna give them a headache, and we're gonna handle this quick and easy.
Yeah, and I think there's other things kind of brewing too, like
I see what you did there.
Following the customer journey. Like let's say like you just take your car and get a check, right? Then you buy somewhere else. Like having the intelligence to follow that and like knowing why that customer didn't want to engage with you. And I think the other thing that we're going to see in the service department is people are going to be holding on to their cars for a lot longer. We're going to have a serious underwater equity problem with a bunch of consumers that
Agree.
overpaid for vehicles
So
during
much on that,
COVID,
yeah.
right?
So true.
So there's a wave coming that everybody needs to keep their head on a swivel with.
Yeah.
I love that you said that. And the waves are coming, everybody. So we're gonna do what
They
we
don't
can
stop.
to keep surfing through.
That's what I
the
love about
chaos.
this industry,
Yes.
and not to be crazy, but it's truth.
Yes.
Is that it's every year, every month, every day is something different. It is, and I'm going to repeat this, and I've said this on my show before, is that when we first started the show, someone told me, what can this podcast really be about? The industries doesn't change that much. Okay, it changes every day. So that being said, we've proven that, and we've seen it, and we're seeing it today, and we're seeing it right now. And what you guys are doing, you guys are constantly evolving, adding companies to what you're doing, making changes, and then looking to say, hey, we can't just rest on this. We need to keep growing. And like you said, you're still looking for other things, ways to be better. So that's what this industry is. The waves are going to keep coming at us, but guess what? I'm a surfer, dude,
right.
and I'm gonna keep riding those waves. And the bigger, the better. The better the ride's gonna be.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga,
There we go,
dudes.
dude.
Let's
Yes.
go. I love
Yeah.
that.
Love it. Well, car guys, car gals, and all you solutionaries out there, we want to make sure that you do know how to get a hold of Joe. Joe, is this the best way to get a hold of you?
Joe at tradepending.com.
Easy as that. And if folks, if you want to learn a bit more about trade pending, go to tradepending.com. Learn a little bit more. But I'm gonna tell you, reach out to Joe. Joe will reach back out to you, or he'll get you with somebody that can answer the questions that you have. Joe, man, we appreciate you for coming on.
Thank you guys so much,
dude,
for what you're doing for the industry.
Oh, man,
You guys-
thanks,
you guys
bro.
rock. Yeah.
Man, I love you for saying that. Thank you. And you too, brother. Seriously, what you guys, your product is phenomenal. We look forward to learning more about it. We got to sit down and do a demo. We'll make that happen. But
Yes.
folks, I got to tell you one thing about Trade Pending and Joe Dallas is that he and Trade Pending are 100% CGC approved.
That's right,
That's
everybody.
right.
And with that, we are going to make sure that we do keep forgiving, focusing, and flying so that we can keep growing and enjoy the rest of this day. Go make something happen, solutionaries. Thank you again for tuning in. Make sure that you do blow up our friend Joe
Blow
and
him
tell
up.
him how much you appreciate him jumping
That's
on the
right.
show today.
Yeah, man.
Share this with car guys, car gals, tag them on the replay, whatever. Thank you so much again for participating. Make sure that you do go to carguycoffee.com if you want more of the brew or you just want something delicious to put inside of your cup.
That's right.
I am Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I am Frelin Arts, subprime hero.
And we've been brewing solutions with the one,
The only Joe Dallas.
And Joe, we're going to forgive, focus, fly, and keep
Get on
growing
there.
on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Forgive. Focus, fly, and keep growing, y'all.
That's a wrap, folks. Thank you so
We'll see you
much
tomorrow.
for tuning in on day 2. We will see you mañana.
8:30
We're going to
a.m.
the races and going to the castle. Let's go.